Hello, everyone. On another episode of Building Connections, here we are with your mindful realtor, Shailey or Sharma. And today I'm meeting with a dear friend, Bill Hayden, who is actually he retired last year from NASA Goddard, and he was the lead systems engineer for the Webb Space Telescope. So welcome, Bill. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Shailey, very much. And by the way, I love your title. Mindful realtor.
Mindful
we need
realtor.
more of that, you know.
Yes, it is. We have to be mindful about different things, and the business is so detail oriented, and so if we can keep our mind calm, then I can keep my clients calm. That's how I say, because
well said.
Yes.
Said. That's a great tagline there.
Thank you. So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here, and tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know personally that you've lived in Howard County for the past 30 years, but
Right.
Tell our viewers a little bit about you and how you got started and where you came from to Howard County, and
yeah, well, like most people in Howard County, or at least many at this point, I'm really a refugee from the middle of the country in Missouri, rural Missouri. Where, there was zero diversity, very few people went off to college, virtually everybody continued in the footsteps of their parents, which was farming. And, after I graduated from the university, I just really wanted something a little bit more exciting than that, a little more diverse than that. So my wife and I moved here to Maryland, Silver Spring at first, but we got tired of the urban lifestyle there, and at the time, 1993, which is 30 years ago this year, we did move to Howard County in the Clarksville area, which was very, very quiet at the time. It was extremely rural. It has turned into, I guess, kind of the Bethesda of Howard County, the River Hill area here, and it's gotten to be, a lot more exciting, a lot more diverse.
Yeah.
Some of the best schools in the state, therefore the best schools in the country are in this area, and I just love it. This is exactly the environment that I wanted to live in. My wife loves it. Our young son, who has graduated from River Hill High School, loved it.
Wonderful.
It's really been a wonderful environment, and I'm really glad of all the the diversity and the intelligent people here, and the appreciation of diversity and of education and that kind of thing. So
yes, Howard County is quite unique in that way, and we're so happy and proud of it. I know the residents are really proud of Howard County. So
yes.
It's lovely to be a co-resident with you here.
Yeah.
So, and your son, you said, now is in college, correct? So I've seen Ben grow up, of course, but Ben is now in college. Where is he going to college?
He's up in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Okay.
Which is an extremely urban, small tech college there. And he's getting an excellent education that he admits to. But having grown up here in this part of Maryland, he's not so sure he likes that urban environment. So he'd really love to come back to Howard County, Shailey, and get some property at a house here. So
well, there you go. I kind of know a really good realtor. So
I do too. I do too. Yes, indeed.
Well, that's wonderful. We wish him all the best. And I know that you're enjoying your retired life. I know it's super new right now, but you're not an idle retired person for sure, because I know that. And so tell me a little bit about, shall we tell them that we share something in common? So we share.
Yes, that would be really nice. Yes.
Okay, wonderful, because I know you're pretty active in the community as well. So both Bill and I actually have been meditating for many years. Bill much more than me, but we are both meditators. And so he was the mindful engineer. I call myself the mindful realtor. And here we are today. So talk to us about what led you into meditation. How did your journey start? And speak to us about that.
Okay, certainly. Mindful is a really good choice of words here for any professional. I was studying to be an engineer at a big university in Missouri, and I really did suffer from an inability to really stay focused. I'm sure I had ADD without really having a diagnosis. but I just couldn't pay attention. I couldn't, and my grades suffered. My ability to understand this really difficult material suffered. And my brother convinced me to learn how to meditate, which was, I explained my background, which is,
Yes.
Really out in left field, really thinking outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to try it anyway because I really needed some help. And in one semester, I went from a C average to an A average.
Wow.
It enhanced my ability to focus, to have a clear mind so quickly and so obviously that my grades just went up.
That's amazing.
And yes, it is. And,
Yeah.
So from a student perspective, it was an excellent tool for me to, to finish out my education. But probably more powerfully, I found in my professional life that the clear mind really lends itself to deeper thinking and also being more creative. And you don't normally think of technical people being creative, but it's absolutely essential in my field and most fields, to have that creative capability, to solve problems, to come up with unique solutions to, different things. So
Absolutely.
For me, professionally, it was really a godsend. And then personally, because, it gets rid of stress and really makes me calmer and more open-minded and more accepting, my interpersonal relationships were a lot healthier. And so, it's one of those things it's almost akin to getting a good night's sleep. The whole day, everything about the next day is so much better when you have a good night's sleep.
Totally
So I
agree.
have been very much a proponent of meditating and encouraging anybody who, it's really good for everybody, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But especially the people who really need it, really encouraging them to learn these ancient techniques that really have been proven to make you more mindful, as your title says, but also to make you just a more functional and better human being. And that is just so fundamental to living in a community.
Absolutely. And now I think in these days, because we are so hooked onto technology, we are so caught up in our devices, we're having diseases and dysfunction at younger ages, actually, because technology is wonderful. But of course, just like anything, it has its pros and cons. So we do know that we are kind of suffering with isolation because of our devices as well. So it's nice to connect with our inner self through meditation and then kind of reconnect with the world, right? When we've connected with ourselves. So that's really a powerful thing. So now this is 1974 is when you started into the path of meditation, right? You got involved.
Yes.
And so talk to us about the progression. Now, I do know that you are, we met with the Art of Living Foundation at the Art of Living Foundation, one of the programs there. So can you talk to us about the foundation and what this, what the foundation offers and your association with,
Okay. I learned a type of meditation that was really quite simple in college, which was really, important for my attitude about such things. But as I advanced in the practice, I realized I really needed more. And then when I heard about the Art of Living Foundation and the program they now call today the Sky Breath Meditation course, I realized that was a parallel path in terms of developing, that clear mind and stress-free physiology. So I tried it and I just loved it. It was such a powerful program and an excellent companion to my meditation process. And shortly after that, I met the founder, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, and recognized him as quite a remarkable humanitarian and proponent of nonviolence and solving problems in a thoughtful, nonviolent, non-confrontational way. And I just fell in love with the program and went ahead and practiced it and took as many of the courses that they offered as I could fit into my busy lifestyle. And I enjoyed it so much that I became a teacher of the techniques, and in particular, I love teaching their mantra, it's a mantra meditation, their meditation program called Sahaj Samadhi. And I just love doing that. It's just so wonderful sharing that. And then we met about more than 20 years ago.
Yes.
Sharing that practice, and it's just been a real fulfilling thing for me in my life. So I've really enjoyed it, and really, whenever I bump into anybody, I make sure they know what I do, and that there's wonderful programs even here in Howard County for learning them.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I know you were one of the facilitators. I also am a facilitator for the Sky Breath Meditation Workshop, but we have actually a team over here. We have 5 other instructors that are on the team. And so even though it is a large organization, right, correct, because Art of Living Foundation is present in over 180 countries. The programs, people have benefited, millions of people have benefited from these programs in over 180 countries. And yet in our Howard County area as well, we have the presence. You've been teaching these programs for over 25 years now here locally. So you've seen the benefit. You've seen people benefiting from it as well. So tell me a little bit about the Sky Breath meditation. What exactly is the Sky Breath meditation program in 2 lines?
Just from popular culture, I'll say, people have this sort of, I think, distorted view of what meditation is, and it's usually sitting very rigidly and focusing on a candle flame. But in reality, there are several systems for letting your mind arrive at that really quiet, peaceful state that really invigorates the mind, relaxes the body, and releases a lot of stress. Because when the mind's relaxed and the body's rested, all this garbage that's in our system just kind of percolates out. You could do it through the breath. You could do it through a silent mental process, which is the meditation that I teach. And you can do it through guided meditations as well.
Right.
And and there's probably other ways too, but the Sky Breath meditation is using different rhythms of the breath in order to create this peaceful, quiet, energetic state in the mind. And it sounds like, well, how in the world can the breath do that? But if you really study the breath, you'll see that your emotional state is reflected in the breath. If you're scared, if you're frightened, you breathe one way. If you're happy and relaxed, you breathe a different way. If you're angry, you breathe a certain way.
That's so true.
The Sky Breath process, it sort of flips that over and uses your breath to create that prescribed mental and emotional state. And it really works. And it's remarkable. You could talk about it, but you really don't understand until you try it. And
just like anything, right? You could tell me that go to this new restaurant over here, but I wouldn't know what the taste of the food is until I go there myself and taste it. So true. That's very true. So it's an experience-based practice, correct? And the workshops that we teach. So what I heard you say is that it kind of is a two-way street. When we control our breath, or when we know how to make the breath work for us and for our highest living and to clear the mind, it actually elevates our emotions and the positive emotions, so to say, that we associate within life, right? Generosity, love, joyfulness, all of that becomes kind of our nature, which is our nature, but it kind of finds an expression when the mind is clear. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's really good. That is our nature. Those things that we call the highest human values. We aspire to them, but we forget that that's what we really are, and we've just kind of hidden them behind this crust of stress and anxiety and fear. And once you chip away at all this garbage that's surrounding our inherent humanity, these values they just come up. They're just really what we are, and so it's really kind of a beautiful process. So
That's wonderful. That's so
Uh-huh.
good. Thank you so much for sharing. That makes sense. And of course, we know that we have seen a lot of people benefit from this practice, right? Locally, as well as I know you for years, you have now led meditation, a midday meditation. Was it once a week or twice a week at NASA Goddard as
Oh,
well? So
yes,
talk,
we
yeah.
had a Art of Living club at
Mm-hmm.
NASA Goddard, and of course, it
Uh-huh.
was inspired by the Art of Living Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, it was shortly after 9/11, we had to evacuate NASA Goddard at 9/11 because people seriously thought we were under attack.
Right.
People were so anxious and upset about that we decided to have a daily noon meditation.
Oh, it was daily.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
initially
Wow.
daily, and that went on
Yeah.
for a few years, and then it became 3 days a week, and
Mm-hmm.
now we're down to two. I actually still do it even though I'm retired. Zoom has been a wonderful tool for
I
stuff like
love it.
that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so we still do 2 days a week
Okay.
with
That's
the
so
group at
lovely. So
NASA.
yeah, I knew that was, you're so active. You're a active retired person here. I love that. But also right now there is a huge buzz because wherever I go in Howard County, I see some flyers and some posters. So talk to me about the foundation and what is happening on July 22nd. Because
Okay.
I'll let you introduce, the what's happening in Howard County, which is big. I've heard about it, but I'll let you announce it.
Okay.
And we will invite people to the event, of course. So,
Okay. Well, on July 22nd, which is next weekend, Saturday evening, the founder of the Art of Living Foundation, and his full title is Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. He has turned out to be one of the most incredible, I think I mentioned this earlier, incredible humanitarians. And he really walks the talk. I mean, he's out there, he's traveling the world, helping governments deal with conflicts. He helps with natural and man-made disasters. He has created programs for all these populations in need, like people in prisons and anxious kids in schools. In addition to this, the big programs that are available just to the general population. And he loves to talk to people. He loves to share what he knows and what he's doing and how he can help people. And normally his venues are, these huge venues where thousands of people come and, listen to him speak. But he has decided to come to Howard County and speak at a high school auditorium.
oh
which
wow,
he hasn't done, as far as I know, for over 25 years.
yeah,
And so we have a really incredible opportunity to hear him speak about, developing ourselves. In particular, he has always said, for as long as I've known him, that you can't have peace if individual minds are not at peace. He says that is the fundamental building block to peace in the world. Once people have a peaceful mind, then their families become more peaceful, their communities become more peaceful, their cities become more peaceful, and you know what? It kind of grows and amplifies as more and more people, experience that feeling of peace in their minds. And he's really worried about the world, but with all the conflict, or not physical conflict, but bipartisan or divisive, cultural things going on here.
Yeah, we're living in
And the gun
divisive.
violence and stuff. He's kind of worried about what's going on here in the U.S.
And of course, he has the solutions. There are so many solutions that the foundation offers. It seems like, right, there are programs for welcoming the troops who suffer from trauma. So there's Project Welcome Home Troops.
Yes, absolutely. PTSD is very effectively treated with sky breath meditation.
Yeah.
A lot of anxiety and fear, and so much of our violence in society is really fundamentally anxiety and fear. Someone is really fearful and they explode into violence. And once you dissolve that anxiety and fear and just let that natural experience of peace come up, the violence just naturally goes away. But he's worried about it, and of course he's heard a lot about the violence in Baltimore.
And people are hurting. I know our hearts go out to people in Baltimore and families who are affected. And it's just, it's really, so we are so excited that he's coming here on July 22nd. Right. So Howard High School, we'll put a little link there and people, anybody and everybody is welcome. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And he's really a joy to listen to. He's humorous. He's insightful. I imagine he will also do a guided meditation. We talked about experiencing meditation through the guided process. He will no doubt do that. I think it'll just be a wonderful couple hours, to spend with such an incredible humanitarian. So.
Wonderful. I'm excited. I know I just bought my ticket as well, so I'm really excited to be going. And I've, of course, invited a couple of my realtor friends will be there. And the spreading of the word is ongoing. As I say, I also share the joy in inviting people because, yes, the Sky Breath meditation has transformed my life and whoever, whether it's my clients or whether it's, people that come across on life path with me, they always know that, yes, how transformative this experience has been for me, the practice itself. So definitely, I am looking forward to the event. We will, of course, continue to talk and continue to spread the word, also offer different programs as we've done over the years in Howard County. So if people wanted to actually sign up for programs, I know they're available on the website, so we'll put a link to that as well. But thank you for speaking with me about this and announcing this to the world, because you are also handling the PR and media with a team, correct? So we're wanting to get the word out. And so anybody of you, anybody of you who are watching this and who want to actually, so Bill Hayden invites you personally to come and cover the event. Yes.
Everybody,
and also,
get your tickets soon because it is a small venue and it's likely to fill up. So do get your tickets right away.
We're close to halfway there already, so I know that it's going to fill up quickly. And I'm seeing so much excitement in Howard County about it. So I know a lot more people have heard about it, seen the posters and flyers. So this should be good. This should be good.
Yes. And I want to thank you very much, Shailey, for inviting me
to talk
about this and about, my background and Howard County in particular. It's such a great place. And
what do you particularly love about Howard County? I know you started off with that, and I resonate with that so much because it's so peaceful. But what are some of the top things that you love about Howard County?
Well, I had mentioned it earlier. My particular house is on an 11-acre property, so I have an experience that's a little bit unique here. So I'm surrounded by woods, but I just like to go a mile or so into River Hill. There's some of the best ice cream is there, some really good restaurants, probably one of the best health food stores in the state there. Roots is there. And the diversity at the high school and in the community here, I just love it. And then, of course, nearby is the main Columbia City, and I just really like here. The people here are so wonderful.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. And so there you have it, guys. Another edition of Building Connections coming to an end. We thank our guest, Bill Hayden, to be here, on being here and also talking to us about the essential skill of meditation. And it's an art. It's a skill as well as an art. And that's why the art of living.
Yes. And it's easy too. Don't forget to put that in there. It's very easy.
It's very easy, yes. And so I think Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, he says, Gurudev says that there's only 3 things that you need to be able to meditate, because it's our mind that creates this big hoopla about, I can't sit still, I can't really, right?
Too many thoughts.
Too many thoughts, or I have to control the thoughts. But it's easy. It's effortless is how he says it. So, of course, people will just have to come to the event to find out and to experience it. So, all right. Well, I thank you, Bill. And we'll be in touch. Yes. Thank you.
And continue to be mindful, which I'm sure will certainly be the case.
Well, there you have it, guys. If you know of anybody who would like to be interviewed, of course, reach out to me, DM me, and you know where to find me for all your real estate needs. So I'm here still serving the community.